baskets today.
Virginia is 11-9, 3-5 in conference play. Louisville is 13-6, 6-2 in the ACC in the opening tap, controlled by Louisville in the red, Virginia in the white. Taj Roberts off the glass and in. And the officials are saying that was a 2.
Yeah, I saw that foot on the line as well, but that's a great start against the zone. An outside shot falling early.
Virginia lost on Thursday on this floor to 18th ranked Georgia Tech, 75-62. They shot 40% as a team. Hurd misses the shot from the corner. She got the start today. Louisville wants to run it up, try to attack the rim. Comes back out to Curry. She launches a 3. It is off the mark. We take a look at today's starting 5, brought to you by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper for the Virginia Cavaliers. Mo Johnson leads the way for Virginia. Averages over 18 points per game. And for Louisville, we take a look at today's starting 5, brought to you by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. Olivia Cochran is the veteran player on the interior for the Cardinals.
Really young team for this Louisville ball club. 8 freshmen on this team. It's nice to have a 5th-year player like Olivia Cochran on the floor. Knows Coach Walls so well. Is that mouthpiece to the rest of her teammates.
Cochran is making her 115th straight start in her 154th career game. Free throw from Nyla Harris, the junior from Orlando, Florida. Early 5-2 lead for Louisville. On the road this season, Kelly, they're 6-2.
And some early full court pressure. They are picking the ball handler up immediately on the inbounds.
Hurd on the cut, takes it to the basket from Johnson.
Yeah, Louisville's going to overplay those passes, so the back door will be open. Great look and finish inside by Hurd.
Louisville hasn't played since last Sunday. That was at Virginia Tech, a 5-point loss. 70-65. They struggle from beyond the arc, Kelly, just 2 of 18.
You know, in both their losses in ACC play, they only made 2 threes. Now well, I was going to say that was 2, although that first one was a 2, but already a 3 for Curry. Great timing.
So Jayda Curry now with 178 career 3-pointers, 32% from beyond the arc. Johnson couldn't get it away, had to give it up to Hurd. She dribbled it off the thigh and out of bounds. Jeff Walls is the 18th year head coach, 53-year-old from Fort Thomas, Kentucky. 15 times to the NCAA tournament, 12 Sweet 16s, Final Four 4 times. Amazing stewardship of this program from Coach Walls, and the Cardinals will maintain possession.
How about being able to coach your in-state team? Growing up a Kentucky kid, who would have thought he'd take over at Louisville and have the success he has?
14 straight seasons of 20 wins or more. Cochran, the pivot and the miss. Johnson on the run in a cluttered area, lost the handle. Curry comes away with it. Flips it up ahead, Roberts. Driving to the rim, had it blocked. Lattimore defensively for Virginia.
3rd best in the ACC is Virginia on blocks. Great job being the rim protector. Lattimore comes in late, tips that ball away.
36 blocks on the season now for Lattimore, and that leads the team. Harris driving from the free throw line. Tough angle, and she completes the play.
I think Nyla Harris could have 20 points today. I think that's going to be a tough matchup for Brianna Hurd, just a freshman. I love her, though. I want to see her on that all-freshman team, no doubt. But Nyla Harris, she's a veteran.
In last year's game in Louisville, it was a loss for the Cardinals, but Harris had 17 points to lead the team and 9 rebounds for the junior. She's
a great compliment to Olivia Cochran inside.
Hurd got it away deep into the shot clock, missed the target. Roberts, Curry, control, dribbled and shot for 3. And a timeout on the court. Second three of the game for Curry. Virginia calls timeout.
Yeah, that's open, by the way, because Nyla Harris ran the floor. All the defense goes in the middle. Look at this. Curry takes a second, defense leaves. She sends it emerge out of that pack. Somebody that he can count on day in and day out to get the job done. But I love the way that this team all plays together so well.
Louisville has won 11 of the last 12 meetings between the teams. Virginia won on the road at Louisville in their meeting last season. Try to get it on the inside, up and in. Riley Graves, what work on the inside from number 2.
Yeah, getting some playing time early already, making her presence known inside.
Sophomore Riley Graves averages just over 2 points per game. 1 bucket and she's on her average. Knocked around by Cochran to preserve the possession.
That's what we mentioned, Louisville's ability to get on the offensive glass. They average 14 a game.
Cochran couldn't handle the pass. Three attempt, Noyon couldn't connect. Williams hustling up the court. Too strong. Harris got the rebound. Paris Clark tried to chop it away over the top and it went out of bounds off of Virginia. Amaka Agugwa-Hamilton, 3rd season as the head coach of the Virginia program. See how good they play on the inside with the overall blocks. We've already seen Latasha Lattimore with a big block inside. And again, they smothered the shot attempt. Right back out to Curry. She hits a 3.
Somebody needs to tell Louisville that they are at the bottom of the conference at threes per game, about 15th, but second to the bottom at 3-point percentage. Not today. Curry going off early.
As a team this year, they shoot 29%, 17th in the ACC. Cochran comes away with it. They average about 6 made threes per game.
Louisville is just running up and down the floor every single possession.
Johnson into the paint. Noyon. Johnson drops it off. Graves. It's a chance for a second basket in the last couple of minutes. Racing back the other way. It's taken away from Jalea Williams. Johnson trying to do it herself. Stepped around, not high enough on the square. Graves trying to wrestle for the basketball.
Curry right now playing like she's one of the best shooters in this conference. How about this? Another 3 to fall for Jayda Curry. That is 3 already this afternoon.
Senior from Corona, California, transferred from Cal, where she spent 2 years in that program. Noyon got it from the paint.
Coach Mox not giving her the start today. Said, I want to see something in her, some fire in her. Let's see if maybe coming off the bench, already scoring, maybe that'll do it.
Yeah, and the loss to Georgia Tech, Kelly, no points, 3 rebounds for Odessa Noyon, the sophomore from Sweden who had the last basket for Virginia. Curry tries to slip it inside. Comes back out to Harris, mid-range, and she connects.
They are just relentless inside that paint. They're always going after offensive boards.
Johnson again into the paint. Noyon, show and go, lays it up too strong.
3 or 4 baskets or shots that have gone up now, just rimming out right now for Virginia. They've got to focus, try to get those to go in.
Isela Arenas has the basketball right now into the game. Number 0 for Louisville. They work the perimeter. Cochran tries to follow the miss and does.
Already 6 offensive rebounds now. 7 second chance points for Louisville.
Largest lead of the game right here in the first quarter for Louisville. At 12. Johnson drops it off in tight quarters. Grays goes to the floor. Tied up with the held ball. The arrow favors Virginia. Coach Mox told us at the shoot-around today we have to avoid what happened in the first quarter against Georgia Tech, Kelly. They trailed 21-6 after the first and by 12 at halftime.
It's looking eerily close right now. Louisville just off to such a fast start, hitting the three-point shot, running in transition, getting offensive rebounds, everything they needed to do against this UVA team they've done.
Yeah, Louisville already big on the boards with 12 rebounds. I have a feeling Coach Walls challenged his team defensively in this game. Lattimore driving. And that's going to be an offensive foul.
Lattimore gave up that three. She can hit it, though. That is already her second foul, though. You're going to see Lauterbach come into this game for Lattimore.
So Latasha Lattimore has to come to the bench. She averages close to a double-double on the season, over 13 points, over 9 rebounds per game, and her 9 rebounds, 5th in the conference. She's a spectator right now. Taylor Lauterbach into the game, number 41, the graduate student, 6'7". Paris Clark on the hustle with the nifty dribble. Her pass was deflected. Roberts got a piece of it. Flips it to Arenas. Long rebound, and Roberts ran it down. Curry crosses it over. Lauterbach comes away with it.
Olivia McGee was open in transition, but I think that's wise to hold back. And then Nguyen with the finish. I'll tell you, I love it when a post passes to another post. They know exactly where to put the ball. Lauterbach to Nguyen inside. That's pretty.
So Nguyen, who averages 5 points per game, a couple of buckets here in the first quarter. Down to a minute and change to go, and the lead is 10. We're visiting Louisville. Louisville lost to Virginia Tech. They'd won 7 in a row prior to that. Shot clock at 4. Curry steps back and knocks it down.
She is feeling it in the zone. You think she knew that we picked her as our highlight player today? She has been on from outside. 4 threes.
How about this first quarter from Jayda Curry? As Kelly mentioned, 4 of 6 on three-pointers, and now a steal by Curry. One player to get by, flips it off the backboard, and the foul was called as Olivia McGee got back defensively. You're watching ACC Women's Hoops on the CW, presented by Allstate. You're in good hands. So McGee picked up her first personal. Curry at the free throw line. Now the 4 made threes have already tied her career high for made threes in a game.
Yeah.
And it's like 20 past 2 on the East Coast. To the delight of Coach Jeff Walls.
I mean, this must be such a pleasant surprise for his team to come in here and play like this from outside, especially when you're playing against a zone, right? What you give up is that three-point line usually, but against Louisville, who's not a great three-point shooting team historically, that should have worked. Well, not today.
They've already got 25 points on the board here in the first quarter. Clark, Arenas defending. 23 seconds to go in the game clock. Shot clock is down to 10. Clark on the drive. Had a bit of a size advantage and utilized it effectively. It's a big bucket at the end of the quarter. Time for Louisville to have a response. Down to 2 seconds. Arenas traveling. 0.8 on the clock. So Virginia will just inbounds it and let the time run out. 25-12. Jayda Curry connects on 4 three-pointers in the quarter. She had all the made threes for Louisville in that first 10 minutes. This is ACC Women's Hoops on the CW. Well, the first quarter belonged to Jayda Curry. Curry's 14 points by herself, outscoring Virginia. Nyla Harris also joining Curry as the leading scorers in that first quarter. What a quarter for Louisville.
What does Coach Wall say? Nothing. I just say put him right out there. Let him go again.
Now they shot 41% in that first quarter, 57% from three. Here's a turnover, and Clark drives and scores.
Yeah, that's important right now because UVA has got to make a statement, and it's got to start on the defensive end. They've got to get stops. They've not been able to, and they certainly have to stay on the rebounding.
Off the glass for Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas' daughter looking good inside the paint.
She averages just over 4 points per game. They get it inside.
That's the second time that's worked now. They overload that side, so there's no help coming for the post inside, but Louderback has got to finish that one.
She spent 3 years at Kansas State, second year in the Virginia program with Taylor Lauterbach. Defending nicely inside. They have to kick it back out. Arenas on the drive, the dribble, and drive for two. Arenas.
Fearless inside, going up against a couple of defenders, both of whom are taller than she is, and just floats it in with the left.
So Arenas early on in this first quarter is the offensive spark. And Mo Johnson on the drive for two for Virginia.
I think Mo Johnson's just got to take over right now. I know she's been passing a lot inside the post. Have actually missed a few, but she's just got to take it on her own.
Johnson did not score in that first quarter, so she's into the box score. 1-on-2, waiting for reinforcements. Finds McGee behind the line. The sophomore Olivia McGee with the three-pointer for Virginia.
Mo Johnson taking it inside the paint. Defense collapses, leaving Olivia McGee wide open on the three-point line.
She had a couple of threes in the loss to Georgia Tech and 8 points for McGee, the sophomore. This is Williams directing a little traffic with the shot clock at 6. Shot clock winding down. Miss from Arenas. Fight for the loose ball. Several players going to the deck. The arrow will favor Virginia.
Well, UVA had to do something to get on the board. Mo Johnson taking it herself, and then how about the point guard getting into the paint, drawing the D, dishing out to Olivia McGee, who drops it in.
Jayda Curry back into the lineup after a sensational first quarter for Curry. 14 points, 4 made threes to tie a career high for threes in the game. Lauterbach, position at 2.
And again, the movement, bringing the guard up, and then no help side. You're so concerned about the shooter that you're not dropping in the paint, and it is leaving that post wide open.
Lauterbach shoots a high percentage, 55%. Now granted, most of the shots goes to the rim, but you still got to make them.
Absolutely.
Shot clock is inside of 10 for Cochran. Graduate student sends it into the corner. That's a high arcing three, and a miss from Roberts. Johnson. Cut off by the defending of Curry. Lauterbach looking for the range. Didn't get it. Kept alive. Johnson. Quick little flip.
That's a tough shot. She's rolled it with her right hand off the glass there and in. And this crowd's starting to get involved.
What a shot from Roberts to silence the crowd. The lead is 8. It was 13 after the first quarter. Johnson trying to flip it to the corner, stolen by Curry. Williams. Cochran comes in. Back to Curry. No hesitation there. A rare miss from Jayda Curry. This is a third chance on this possession for Louisville. Entry pass. Johnson tied up Nyla Harris.
That's when you see the rebounding is not a height thing. It is a desire. It's a will. You got to go up and just get the ball, because over the 6'7" Lauterbach, 2 offensive rebounds. Not always when she was right there, but those guards just went up and grabbed the ball from the air to maintain possession. This Louisville team has done a really good job of doing the little things that have gotten them this lead.
So McGee comes out. Hurd is back in for Virginia. Curry leads the way with 14 points. She's 4 of 8 from the floor. They're all 3-pointers. She's on the inbounds. Williams in traffic, knocked away. Lattimore got a piece of it and gave it up to Johnson. Johnson tried to drop it off, and 2 players with an awkward collision. Ball bounced out of bounds, and it would go back to the Cardinals. She was trying to find Grays.
And I love that about her, right? She's a point guard. She's going to distribute the ball. But I just wonder if at this point, I think she takes it up on her own. It doesn't matter who is defending her. I think she has just got to go up. Her consistency inside that paint is very high, and we've already seen her make some tough shots, well defended.
She's got 4 points in the first half. Mo Johnson averages over 18 per game. That's 4th in the conference. And now the call goes against Louisville. Karen Prado, Chuck Gonzalez, Ashley Gloss are officials in charge of the action this afternoon here in Charlottesville.
This is a big possession right now for Virginia, because they're starting to chip away. Louisville just made an unforced error, and now Virginia has an opportunity to shorten this gap with a bucket. Hurd,
the kick. Lattimore. Johnson, shot clock inside of 10. Hurd lines up a 3. A little bit short and run down by Curry.
Louisville in the zone, gets to stop. Still trying to go in transition. I love that about their game.
Rebound weak side. Randolph who's committed to the lineup for Louisville. Another offensive board. Cochran. I mean, that was a tight swish. And what form from the veteran player.
Her 4th point of the day. She's been quiet, but they've not needed her.
Lattimore. She tosses in a 3 from the corner pocket. They're going to call it a 2. Just inside the line, very close to the line. That was a 3. Curry.
So that's a career high, right?
It is. That's 5 made. We're still in the first half, Kelly Dale.
I love this. Picking a great day to have a career day. Why don't you, number 30? Looking like another Curry we know.
Johnson alters the angle. Hurd came flying in. Louisville wants to run 2-on-2. Roberts gave it off to Curry. Again, that one came up short to Cochran. Alertly turns around and scores. And there's a timeout. Louisville has extended the lead 38-25 for Jeff Walls and the Cardinals.
Serving Charlottesville and the surrounding communities with the highest level of quality, variety, and service.
Has done everything in her power to help her team maintain this lead.
I know what you're thinking, Kelly Dale. What is Jayda Curry's career high in points? I happen to have that information.
I'd like it.
It is 30, so we'll keep an eye on the tally. By the way, She's got that red and black number 30 on. She looks like another number 30 who played at Davidson College.
She does.
And took them all the way to the Elite Eight in 2008. Just saying.
Just saying.
Knocking down 5 threes as well. Looking like Steph out there. And wearing that number 30.
You'd be proud watching this game.
So the largest lead was near the end of the first quarter of 15 for Louisville. Royan gives it back to Johnson. 2 of 4 from the floor. Mo Johnson at 4 points. Almost had it knocked away. Johnson trying to beat the clock. Clark driving. And she flipped it up on the rim.
She's done that a couple times now, going into the paint through contact. That's 22 of 27 points inside the paint for Virginia.
Harris Clark averages almost 8 points per game. The junior from the Bronx, New York, second year in the Virginia program after transferring from Arizona. 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter and our first half of play. Tom Wormy, Kelly Dale, and our outstanding ACC women's basketball CW production crew, and a turnover for Johnson. Knocked away. Ran right into the defending of McKinley Randolph. Roberts intercepted Johnson.
There is nothing better for a player than when you make a mistake like that, cause a turnover, to get it right back. Oh, she's feeling good, I know it.
Now Virginia's trailing by 11, Kelly, but they're shooting 54% from the floor. So that's good news for Coach Mox.
Just about every shot has come inside that paint. Very few threes they've put up.
In fact, they're just 1 of 6 on 3-point tries. Knocked around and taken by Louisville and Berry. .140 to go in our second quarter. Curry lofts it into Cochran. There's a wide open player. It's Berry who slashes and scores.
That's just great team basketball right there. Cochran could have gone up against the much shorter Johnson, but finds the just sweeping player coming in, gives her a great pass.
Mari Berry with the bucket. Freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. Clark able to regather. Shot clock goes inside of 10. Double team on Clark and taken away. Roberts angling to the rim. Clark unable to get back, and a foul was called. Clark trying to recover. Roberts to the glass and to the free throw line.
And that's what I'm talking about, right? Wanting to make up for your miss. And right there, double team comes, she doesn't see it. Roberts all the way in, and Paris Clark just hits her at the end. An opportunity for a 3-point play. That's something Paris Clark would want back right now.
This week, CW Courtside Saturday rolls on as Clemson travels to Raleigh to face NC State, followed by number 25 Louisville looking to stay hot as they head to Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech. CW Courtside Saturday. This week, 1:30 p.m. Eastern and 30 a.m. Pacific, only on the CW. .45 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock down to 10 and taken away. Berry anticipating the pass, and she lays it in.
That's already 7 steals in this half for Louisville. They've done that so well up top on those guards, coming with a double, sneaking behind, tipping the ball away.
4 points for Berry, the high school All-American, and a freshman in the lineup for Louisville. Foul was called against the Cardinals. You want to stay tuned for today's halftime show, presented by Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes. We'll go around the ACC, get you caught up on all the scores, and have first half highlights and analysis with Kelly Dale, a member of the 2001 National Championship team from Notre Dame.
It's just a couple years ago.
The slogan that
2001.
year? Get the ball to Ruth. Dale get the rebound and then get it to Ruth.
Niel get the ball to Ruth. That was
Riley. National champs. Having a great season this year as well. Valenti Paya driving and scoring, and she was fouled.
And she's come in and hit some pretty big buckets. Had that 2, almost 3 in the corner. And then how about this drive? Gets to the middle of the paint. The double comes off the glass and in.
Nyla Harris picked up the foul. Casey Valenti-Paya, grad student from Melbourne, Australia. She's played at Buffalo and Long Beach State. Despite the miss, she's right on her scoring average for the season as well with 1 bucket. Final 10 seconds of our first half. Ferocious defense by Virginia, although Berry breaks free. She misses. One last chance perhaps, but Clark never got it away. 44-29, the three-point shot of Jayda Curry. The story in the first half, she made 5 of them. Louisville has the halftime lead. This is ACC Women's Hoops. 2 personal fouls.
Right.
Only played 4 minutes in the first half.
And interesting to see her still on the bench there. Maybe coach trying to send a little bit of a message potentially and bring some energy maybe coming off that bench. And the Desanoyan back in the game, as is Grace.
Lattimore coming off a double-double in the loss to Georgia Tech on Thursday. 10 points, 10 rebounds, still on the bench. Noyan comes away with it.
And that's how you want to start if you're Virginia, right? You go in, down at the half, you guys talk as a group, and you get a stop coming out in the beginning of the third quarter. Well done.
Again, Virginia shot 46% in the first half. It's above their season average of 42%, 15th in the ACC. They try to drop it inside to Grays. Might have been kicked by Louisville. The reset on the shot clock is to 20. Opening moments of our third quarter. So glad that you're with us. Tom Werner, Kelly Dale, our outstanding ACC Women's Hoops production crew, CW and Raycom Sports. Johnson trying to work off that screen. Got it into the corner for 3. Bounces off from McGee.
Ball screen defense has been so good for Louisville.
Still just 1 made 3 so far for Virginia. And a soft roll for Olivia Cochran, who hit the floor awkwardly. And she's slow to get up, trying to get back into play. 44 in red. Just kind of stumbled, Kelly, on the follow through on that jumper.
I was trying to figure out if she went down on somebody's foot, but glad to see her up and able to play. And great look inside. Graves just cannot finish.
Wow, the physics just don't add up on that one, as that ball almost motionless up on the rim. Cross it over and drive. Not high enough on the square. Fight for the loose ball into the corner. It's going to be Virginia basketball as the drive by Williams came up just a little bit short.
Louisville definitely thinking it's their ball, but we saw the official point, toward Virginia.
I think the good news for Louisville is that Olivia Cochran is still in there. Awkward fall on the follow through on her jumper that rolled in softly for the graduate student from Columbus, Georgia. Grays, tough shot. Williams just held her ground defensively. Second chance. Johnson behind the line. Right to Cochran. Knocked away. I mean, everybody fighting for that loose ball. Graves and Cochran to the floor.
I think the most excited person has to be Coach Mox, watching her team go for the offensive board.
Officials are talking about the aftermath. Ashley Gloss and Karen Prado. And now Karen Prado's going over to the scorer's table. They're trying to sort this out. So you had Grays and Cochran fighting for the loose ball on the court. And now the official's going to take a look at it. So Louisville and Jeff Walls ahead here against Virginia on the CW.
The last play is under review.
The session will last for 20 minutes and will take place in the front of the final forecourt in the West Lobby. Don't forget to tune into the post-game radio show on AM 1070 or FM 98.9 WINA. You can also tune in on the Virginia Sports mobile app. Your attention, fans. We want you to meet another very special member of the Superstars. It's baseball swimming angel in the outfield. You can really swing the bat. Please welcome the MVP, Mike Rainbow Trout.
Nothing more.
So that was Karen Prado, and here's a look at it. That was a miss by Johnson from 3. You got Clark in there, Grays, and then for Louisville, it's Cochran.
Yeah, guys just going hard on the floor, trying to get after that loose ball. Probably a little jawing, but nothing that the officials felt like they need to upgrade for. That's what happens.
Yep, Virginia maintains possession. They've got 12 seconds on the shot clock. We're just a couple of minutes into the third quarter, and they throw it away. In fact, Virginia in this quarter 0 for 4 from the floor. This is Curry. Nifty dribble. Three-pointers too strong from Roberts. Long rebound. Williams got it.
UVA has moved back into that man-to-man. They were zoned most of the first half and still cannot get a defensive rebound.
So that's a hell ball. Should be Cavalier basketball.
So the missed shot by Curry. Nyla Harris goes up strong for it. Yeah, a little bit of contact there inside.
So they just flipped the arrow. It is Louisville possession. Off the inbounds to Johnson for the rebound. 27-16 advantage on the boards at the other end. It's Clark quickly scoring for Virginia.
That's the vision for the point guard. And then Louisville, gosh, we've seen this all game long. Quick inbounds all the way up the floor. Virginia's got to play really good transition defense.
Double digits now for Paris Clark with 10 points. 5th time this season she has gotten to double figures in scoring in a game. Lattimore is into the lineup for Virginia as well. She hasn't scored and played sparingly. Deep into the shot clock, Curry drives. Lattimore saves it on the baseline. Johnson on the run. Had it blocked by Cochran right into the teeth of the Louisville D. In transition, Curry's open for 3.
At this point, we're surprised when that one doesn't go in. Already 5 for her in the first half of this game.
She's now 5 of 11 in three-point attempts. She's responsible for all of the Louisville three-point makes in our game. Entry, Lattimore. Off the glass and in! She's in the box score and going to the free throw line.
And Mo Johnson, her 5th assist of the day goes to Paris Clark, and her 6th. I don't know how this ball got there, but Latasha Lattimore picks it up, puts it in, draws a foul.
66% free throw shooter, Latasha Lattimore. Her first bucket of the game, she averages over 13 points per game and just over 9 rebounds. And you wonder if that three-point play for Lattimore might get her into the flow in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's got to. 3 games in a row, she averaged about 18 points a game. A couple where she went over 20. It was a pivotal part of what UVA was doing. They didn't pick up wins in those games. Actually, I think 1 against Virginia Tech, but she has the ability to put up some good numbers.
That was a win on the road at Virginia Tech. They hadn't won there since 2020, and Harris is open.
Wow, great vision there by Curry to see Harris on the backside as Lattimore was coming over to try to block.
Virginia started out the season winning 6 of its first 7 games. They have lost 2 in a row, and 3 of their last 4. Clark, oh, she got bumped, went to the floor, and a chance at a three-point play.
That has been her game today. Putting the ball on the floor, going up strong on the left. But how about this assist inside? Curry finds Nyla Harris inside. And then how about the other guard going to the left, off the glass with contact. We've seen that 3 or 4 times in this game already from Paris Clark.
First free throw attempt of the game for Clark to finish off the old school three-point play. And she's got 13 points, Kelly. She is 6 of 7 from the floor for Paris Clark, the junior from the Bronx, New York.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of other players stepping up for Virginia. You know what Mo can do. You know what Lattimore can do usually. Those are the players you need to step up. And inside, Jalea goes up strong, gets the foul.
So Williams going to the free throw line this Tuesday on NXT. The women's tag team titles on the line as Bailey and Julia face off against Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. You're not going to want to miss this. NXT is all new this Tuesday, 8/7 Central, right here on the CW. Williams is a 54% free throw shooter. Jeff Wall's in a conversation with Chuck Gonzalez.
Williams has had a quiet day so far. Has not scored yet. 0 of 3 from the floor. That's not normal for her.
Jeff Wall's Coach of the Year back in 2018 in the ACC. He's 12-2 against Virginia. Louisville dominates the series. Virginia won last year in Louisville, KFC Young Center.
Picking up in some full court pressure is Louisville.
Johnson behind the back dribble. Clark launching. Lattimore over the top. Cochran wins the fight for the board. Roberts kept alive. Harris, as she was falling to the floor, got rid of it. And now Cochran gonna back it on in. Not high enough on the glass. McGee had it taken away. Williams. Cochran comes barreling down the lane. And the foul called against the Cavaliers and Noyan. So there is a timeout on the court. Cochran's at the free throw line. When we come back. Basketball. We're in Charlottesville, Virginia. Olivia Cochran's at the free throw line. You can see what she has done over her illustrious career. So Cochran on that previous play ran into Noyan, who they took back towards the dressing room for further evaluation. So we'll keep an eye on that.
And she was down on the floor for a little bit, got over to her bench, and they just want to check her out. Cochran, meanwhile, free throw goes in, and Louisville back in their full court pressure.
She's a good free throw shooter, 72% of the season for Cochran. Grays to the corner, McGee, lining up a three. Clark comes flying in there. She is playing some inspired basketball. The arrow will favor Virginia. Paris Clark's up to 13 points, 6 rebounds. She is 6 of 8 from the floor. And she just earned that possession and kept the ball alive for Virginia. She's on the inbounds. Lattimore, quick first step and dribble drive.
That's the beauty in her game. It's her quick first step. She can get by anybody, and Nyla Harris is a terrific defender, still able to get by her and in.
Lattimore, the senior from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 2 years in the Miami program. Getting in her 88th career game. Knocked away by Johnson. Here's Clark 1-on-2. Still with eyes for the rim. Tried to get there. Shot came up short. And Clark ended up on the deck.
Latasha Lattimore, no points in that first half, was plagued with foul trouble, but the quick first step past Nyla Harris. Look at this. Had Grays inside, but I love that she decided to take it on her own. Goes up with the left hand. Gets her team another 2 points.
Scoreless in the first half. She's got 5 so far in the second half.
Averages almost a double-double, 13 points, 9 boards.
She had 2 fouls in the first half. That was the issue. We could only play 4 minutes. Three-pointer from the corner in front of her own bench. Taj Roberts
That was the best reaction by her head coach, Jeff Walz, and the smile by the freshman. Gets a high five from him as she goes down to play defense.
First player not named Jayda Curry to make it 3 in the game for Louisville. Lattimore again driving with the left, and she avoids the Louisville D.
All right, let's just do that for offense, Virginia. That looks good.
Lattimore with a couple of quick buckets. She's up to 7 points, hasn't missed from the floor yet. Fumbled out of bounds by Louisville. Virginia's got the basketball.
Taj Roberts clearly had a conversation with her head coach about her three-point shot. How about that? Gets the high five. And then Latasha Lattimore. They open up the inside, spreading everyone out, leaves that room for the quick first step of Lattimore to get to the bucket.
Fantastic looking drive. She had 24 points, a season high in the win on the road at Virginia Tech. That three-pointer bounces off for Clark. Lattimore on the offensive glass. Had a second chance at it, and a foul is called.
Oh, you just felt like one of those was going to fall. They get the foul still, and an opportunity to get some more points. Potentially, no, they're going to say that's out of bounds underneath. And UVA on they are 1 of 11 from the three-point line. Struggling from outside, getting good looks though.
Johnson on the drive. That'll fall in. Gravity's got a hold of it, and Johnson's got 2.
He couldn't convince me that at a couple of those other shots, though. I don't know how some of those have not gone in.
6 points now for Mo Johnson, 3 of 8 shooting.
That woke up the crowd.
Curry inside. Oh, she found her teammate Nyla Harris open.
Every time that it looks like Virginia's starting to gain some momentum, Louisville has been able to come in and shut the door. That was a beautiful pass inside.
9 points for Harris. At the other end, Virginia, which averages 7 made threes per game, has only made 1. So Clark will drive, and she'll score again.
Wow, Paris Clark on the drive, getting downhill, going up against defenders. She has been fantastic.
15 points now for Clark. She is the only Cavaliers player in double digits. You've got Harris, Curry, and Cochran, all double-figure scorers in the game for Louisville. Cochran's got the ball. They go baseline, Harris. So 13 points now for Harris. Back-to-back buckets. Closing stages of our third quarter. Lattimore lost it. It rolls out of bounds. It's Cardinals basketball.
And great to see Odessa Noyan coming in to this game. Here is the inbound look. Mo Johnson pretending like she's going to pass another way. Takes it to the left, and it drops. And then Harris inside with the pass from Curry. Gets the inside position on her defender, up and in.
So Odessa Noyan back out of the locker room as Louisville has taken a timeout, and Coach Mox in deep discussion with her team. Coach Walz and the Cardinals trying to improve to 7-2 on the road. Next weekend, 2 days of outstanding basketball action. Men get us started with a CW courtside Saturday doubleheader. 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. Clemson takes on NC State, followed by Louisville, number 25 in the country, against Georgia Tech. Then on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, the women take the court. Number 13, North Carolina, faces Stanford. Fantastic weekend of basketball, only on the CW. Now, there's Olivia Cochran. She'll run back and put it in play.
And the balance scoring, we showed you earlier, the balance in terms of points per game. And today, 4 in double figures, 1 almost there. Louisville has been so impressive in this game.
Yeah, Roberts has 9 points. She's the leading scorer for the season for Louisville, at 12.5 points per game. Curry got it away. Harris, patience underneath.
Yeah, the execution has been superb. They are running plays to completion. They're getting the open look. Everything they want for Louisville.
3 straight buckets from Harris. They kick it out. McGee. She missed on the 3. Noyan kept it alive.
You see the sleeve on Noyan's right elbow.
Acrobatic shot by Johnson. She hit the floor awkwardly. Over the last several days, she's been dealing with a bit of a neck issue, so overcoming that. Final seconds of the quarter. Curry trying to get the shot away, and does off the glass right before the horn. Jayda Curry, her first conventional basket of the game, 19 points. She leads all scorers. Paris Clark has 15 for Virginia.
19 points for Curry in that one. Louisville continuing this lead. It has been masterful for them on the offensive execution.
Rivalry. They'll need it all to get back into this game. Louisville's got the lead. Virginia trying to get back in, trailing by 17.
What Louisville has done so well is share the basketball. 18 assists on 25 made field goals. They are not in a hurry whatsoever. They're getting the best look every time, and Virginia back in their 3-2 zone.
This is Harris on the baseline. Bounces out. Clark has it. This matches the largest lead of the game for Louisville. Opening moments of our fourth quarter. Tom Rooney, Kelly Dale, our outstanding production crew. For women's hoops, for the ACC on the CW. Lattimore. She was effective driving the ball in the third quarter after not scoring in the first half. Moyan tried to flip it back out to Hurd, and they cannot collaborate.
Yeah, almost in a situation where there's just some overpassing. That's where you need a Mo Johnson to have the ball in her hands and just take it.
Curry taking it. She turns it over on the dribble. Despite that turnover, a robust stat line for Curry. Some liquid refreshment for Coach Walls. You look at that box score and see Curry with 19 points, 6 of 14 shooting, and 5 made three-pointers, a career high.
And that was her first turnover of the game. That 7 assists and now 1 turnover for Jayda Curry. That is impressive.
Lattimore inside, showing some emotion. Chance at a three-point play.
Well, she has been, as advertised in this second half, limited because of foul trouble, but everything she's done in the second half has been impressive. The spin, the finish with the left. Wow.
So she's up to 9 points. Harris picked up the personal, her third. Lattimore at the free throw line. Despite the miss, all those points coming in the second half. Shot clock inside of 10. Williams, wicked crossover, couldn't complete the play.
And she'll want that back because she did lose her defender on the cross.
Way on from Johnson, right back to her. Clark, driving. Well defended by Harris, kind of just standing her ground against Clark.
Yeah, I'd take that too, though. It's worked every other time, and then Paris Clark just picks the pocket of Jalea Williams and finishes through contact. She is having a game. Clark misses the shot a moment ago. She's mad. She wants it back. Just take it, right? Put it in. Not a lot of contact on that one, but even still, goes to the offhand. Oh, that was pretty.
17 points for Paris Clark. With Virginia Jr. at the free throw line. Lattimore had it for a moment. Cochran got possession for Louisville. So again, Clark with 17 points despite the miss from the line. 8 of 13 shooting, Paris Clark.
Almost another steal for Clark.
Arenas tried to get it to Curry. She was able to get it back. Shot clock at 9. Harris Shot clock is at 2. Roberts. Hurd high for the rebound. Outlet Lattimore. Catches it in stride. Goes to the rim. Foul call.
Great job attacking the offensive glass.
Jayda Curry picked up the foul, her second. She's trying to relace the shoe as she went down to the contact against Lattimore.
Coach Mox has not been too pleased with her bigs early in this game. We saw, seemed like she was holding Hurd out. She had only played limited minutes until this time into the game, fourth quarter. I think just 6 minutes after getting another chance at starting. So trying to send some messages, but later in this game, I feel like the posts have stepped up big. Lattimore in particular. Hurd just had a great rebound. We saw a couple good things from Nguyen as well.
If nothing else, Lattimore well rested from the first half because she only played 4 minutes, so maybe she'll have a little more spring.
That's right.
In the step down the stretch.
Yeah, played only 14 minutes now in the game. She's 4 of 5 from the floor and helps her team almost get a turnover. Love the adjustment call by Coach Mox, picking up in full court pressure. And we'll get another look at it. Curry steps out of bounds. Hits the knee on the way out of bounds. Wow.
So
not an option.
Review it. You got to be in the last 2 minutes of regulation and overtime. So unfortunately for Virginia, they created the turnover. It was just so close on the sideline, but our replay revealed that it bounced off of Curry. And then on the offensive glass, here comes Louisville into the game. Russell making an immediate impact. Marissa Russell, the graduate student from Ottawa. There's another Canadian wearing the white uniform, number 35, Lattimore off the glass.
And here's the pressure again, Mo Johnson and Paris Clark.
It's an 11-point game. Remember, Virginia trailed by 17 to start the quarter. Cochran misses. Up ahead, Lattimore running the floor and laying it in.
And now the crowd on their feet. Can Virginia make this comeback within 9?
Roberts hits the jumper. And a timeout after Lattimore had scored the last 4 buckets for Virginia. 66-55.
4 boards. She has been phenomenal inside, but Lattimore, having scored nothing in the first half because of foul trouble, has come in and scored 15 in the second half alone. Her percentages are pretty outstanding. 6 of 7 from the floor, 5 boards.
And Virginia adds another bucket. They have cut the lead to single digits, trailed by 17 after the third quarter. By the way, Lattimore did not attempt a field goal in the first half as well. Curry's got 19. She's the leading scorer. Those 5 3-pointers all in the first half, though. Stop and start drive by Curry. Foul is called. So Virginia is coming off that loss to Georgia Tech, Kelly, on Thursday here, 75-62 in Charlottesville. They took NC State to the wire last Sunday. They appear to be doing the same to Louisville right now with the comeback. Curry on the move. Couldn't calculate the angle.
Good rebound by Hurd, and in that game against Georgia Tech, got back within 2. They are on their way now as Brianna Hurd gets the rebound and takes it coast to coast from the post position. I see you, girl.
They did close the lead to 2, but Georgia Tech went on a 12-0 run to finish that game on Thursday. Harris travels, Virginia basketball.
And here's where we go back to what we talked about early on, is Virginia, can they finish off a game? Under 5 minutes to go now. All the momentum in their corner right now. Can they do it against this Louisville team who has played so well today?
Virginia shooting 52% for the game, but they have struggled on three-pointers, just 1 of 12. Noyan gave it right back to Johnson. On the drive, Johnson scores! It's a 5-point game!
Well, there's hardly a gamer in the ACC more than Mo Johnson. Keep the ball in her hands. Oh, wow.
Johnson diving for the basketball, and a foul called.
What a play. She gets another stop after having just scored. Trying to get her team a win over Louisville on her home court.
So Curry picked up the foul, although the officials now are talking about it. Chuck Gonzalez and Karen Prado. If it's on Curry, it's going to be her third.
And this is what Mo Johnson stayed in Charlottesville to do. Lead this team.
The last play is under review.
Kelly, this is an interesting juncture. 4:21 to go in the fourth, and now this review and conference by the officials, I feel like it almost digs into the momentum for Virginia on their home floor.
You can see that the fans want to stay in this, but this is one of those like pins in a balloon, and you just feel the momentum start to fall away. So they're looking at whether or not this is an intentional foul by Curry. I don't think there's enough there. I know I saw it, but this is just an in basketball kind of play. Ties up her elbow or her arm there.
Either way, it's going to be Virginia basketball, but I just feel like they've built up so much momentum. And you know how it is. When teams try to overcome very large deficits, and they were down by 17 at the end of the third, you expend so much energy to get back into the game. You just want to keep that train rolling.
That's right. And you know what? Coach Mox told us this actually this morning. She said when Duke, pardon me, when they were in that game against NC State, she said we were in the late game situation after the play where NC State got 4 offensive rebounds in a row. She said it deflated the team. I could see it in the huddle. Nobody was excited, ready to go. You wonder what she sees right now in this huddle as they're trying to get this comeback. Does she have the fire? Is the fire in their eyes like she's seen in games past?
So last Sunday on the CW, Virginia on the inbounds, and NC State anticipates.
Yeah, had an opportunity to tie up this game potentially. Instead, they threw it away. NC State, of course, scores after that, and NC State comes away with the win.
73-68 was the final at Reynolds Coliseum. Coach Mock's team also losing against Georgia Tech at home this week. They're 11-9, and what a comeback. So, Kelly, what's the update?
Yeah, it is an upgrade because they said as she hooked her arm, she pulled her back, which did fall in line with all the qualifications for the upgrade. Now, Mo Johnson, an opportunity at the line, and then she'll get the ball back.
So Johnson makes them both, and Virginia has the ball, and it's a one-possession game. Louisville led 62-45 after the third quarter.
It's all about execution right here.
Deflected. Johnson recovers. He's got time on the shot clock. Noyan, baseline, weak side, Hurd, saved it to Johnson. She tees up a three. That would have tied us.
And this crowd was waiting for that to go in, well off the three-point line. Louisville now an opportunity to extend their lead and burst this Virginia bubble.
Virginia 1 of 13 on three-pointers. 6 of 21 beyond the arc for Louisville. Shot clock's at 5. Foul called. Hurd against Williams. First on Hurd.
Jalea Williams hasn't done a ton offensively in this game, just 1 point. But you saw the on-ball defense on Mo Johnson earlier. She was fantastic, and then getting into the paint, drawing a foul here.
First points since the 6:01 mark of the quarter for Louisville. And they come from the free throw line, Jalea Williams. Two clutch free throws. 5-point game.
Still plenty of time for the Hoos.
Virginia trying to stop a 2-game losing streak. They've lost 3 of their last 4. Looking for the win against Louisville here at home. Shot clock winding down for Johnson. She makes it.
I thought Mo Johnson could have gotten away with a double dribble or a carry potentially, but she steps back and knocks it down.
12 points for Mo Johnson, double figures in every game this season. 3 Virginia players in double digits. Williams gives it off. This is Roberts. Shot clock is at 3. Roberts with Hurd on her hip. Got free for the shot. Over the top, Harris. Back out to Curry.
That has been their game. That is the 17th offensive rebound for Louisville.
Curry had it knocked away by Johnson at the last second. 6 on the shot clock.
Plays like that brings energy to this crowd, energy to your team. Momentum. Curry goes in, and then the point guard blocks it out of bounds. Again, UVA 3rd best in the ACC at blocks.
Curry, catch and release from the corner. Long rebound run down by the Cardinals. And Roberts.
It's looking eerily close to that NC State game that we mentioned a little while ago. 4 offensive rebounds in 1 possession. We're at 2 right now.
Shot clock at 5 for Roberts. They drop it low. Cochran never got the shot away. It's a shot clock violation against Louisville.
And if it hadn't been, that young lady deflected it with another block. I don't think that'll go in the books, though. And UVA, an opportunity to get a tie, possibly.
Tough pass inside. Lattimore lost her footing.
Well, that was just the scouting report. Knowing what are the potentials with that 1-4 set. Harris gets the ball like a D-back.
Turnover of the game for Virginia. Louisville's got 15 of them. Curry is open. Curry too strong. Hurd goes to it. Lost it to Curry somehow. Timeout Louisville.
Yeah, I expected to see more urgency by UVA to get that defensive rebound, but it's like they stalled.
Jayda Curry, 19 points, 5 threes. All in the first half. Her team up by 3. Amanda Butler, former Lattimore, a huge second half. She was on the bench most of the first half because of foul trouble. 42 rebounds in the game for Louisville. They've got a sizable advantage on the boards, just 29 boards for Virginia. Curry through traffic. Never got it up on the glass, out of bounds, off of the Cardinals. Virginia basketball.
I'm actually
Good sportsmanship by Johnson to help Curry.
I love seeing that. I mean, this is a game at the end of the day, right?
The intensity of the final 55 seconds. Can Virginia complete an unreal comeback from down 17? The pass to Noyan from Johnson is too high.
And that's 2 straight turnovers for UVA in these late game situations.
So Virginia has only committed 2 fouls in the quarter, so we might want to think about fouling the Cards. We're down to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
12 on the shot clock.
I think there's plenty of time to get this rebound and then try to tie the game up.
Cochran trying to beat the clock. Noyan the box out.
Oh.
And a timeout, Virginia.
Okay, and that was called before she put the ball on the floor, so they will advance the ball.
19.1. Louisville has led the vast majority of this game. In fact, Virginia's trailed all the way since the 8:47 mark of the first quarter. And now they have a chance to tie with a 3, potentially. They've only made 1 3 on 13 tries in the game. The clock winding down to 5, and they lost the handle. Lattimore got it back. And they're signaling over towards the Virginia bench that a timeout has been called.
And that saved a potential botch play.
Hurd is 0 for 3 from 3. Johnson's 0 for 2. Clark is 0 for 2. McGee is 1 for 4. Johnson on the inbounds. 4.6 seconds left. They hit it in. This is Clark. She stumbles to the floor. There's 0.7 left on the clock. The arrow favors Virginia on the tie-up.
Wow. And no timeouts left for Virginia.
Now they've got enough time. 0.7 is enough time for a catch and release on the shot, but it's got to happen fast.
And Louisville cannot foul.
68-65. Clark. Johnson needs to heave it. That's not enough. So Virginia had a chance at the end to finish off a monumental comeback. Instead, the strength and mettle of Jeff Walls and the Cards to outlast the Cavaliers in their comeback attempt. 68-65. Louisville gets the win to improve to 14-6.
Oh, and you just got to feel for these UVA Cavaliers, because same story yet again. They get close enough but cannot finish it out with a win. But a lot of credit goes to this Louisville team, who came out blazing in the first half. That young lady did it all. 5 threes for her to help her team get this victory.
So once again, our final score, 68-65. Jayda Curry leads the way with 19 points. For Kelly Deo and our entire crew, I'm Tom Roby. Thanks for watching. Tune in next weekend for another big CW Sports weekend, including North Carolina at Stanford Women's Hoops. We say so long from Charlottesville. Louisville wins it on the road.